Juventus go 17th in the Champions League table. A win is a win. Victory is victory. 3 points is 3 points. Juventus won 2-0 against Pafos. Was that smooth? No. Was it entertaining? No. Was it good to watch? No, not the best. But did it get the job over the line? Yes. Like, there was a serious period where I was just sat watching that game. And I just keep telling myself, Haj, there's 3 guarantees in life. Death, taxes, shame. Shame. What is life without shame? There was a period in that game where I was looking at those players thinking, you guys need shame. You're coming up against the team. With all due respect, I had no idea who they were. Like, I only found out today that they're from the Cypriot League. I had to wait for the commentator to say it. No idea who they were. The only person I knew in their team was David Luiz, the hitchhiker. Have shame. Because there was a period when they were on top. There was a period where they were taking the game to Juventus. And there was a period where you could seriously make a case they should have been 1-0 up if it wasn't for the post, if it wasn't for Di Gregorio. But Juventus rode their luck, wave after wave after wave. Then they got into the game. They broke the deadlock. Now, listen, 3 points is 3 points. I reckon, funnily enough, having said all of that, if Juventus go on to beat Benfica, I believe in like 2 to 3 weeks' time, they'll be in a very good position when it comes to the Champions League playoffs. In a very, very, very good position. Who's your man of the match? I'm very, very, very curious because I'll be honest, guys, there's about 2 to 3 players for me that had good games. And I think everybody else was below average. Like, before I give my opinion on who I think the man of the match was, who's your man of the match? I'm just very, very, very curious. And you know what? Let's make it a bit more fun. Who do you think was the worst performer on the pitch? Because there's one guy and one guy only. He dropped like a 0 out of 10. Like, he dropped the performance where Spalletti is the better man than me. Because if I was on the touchline, I probably would have taken him off on the 20th minute, the 25th minute. Like, he dropped a hole of shame today. It's sad, it's a shame, but we just have to sit down and react to it, don't we? Like and subscribe. All right, cool. Shall we talk about the goals firstly, and then I'll talk about like who's the man of the match? Listen, it wasn't the best of performances. You know what it is? You could see Spalletti had said to them, guys, this is a must-win game. Like, it's non-negotiable. No such thing as, we tried to win, but we drew. A VAR decision. Somebody got sent off. This player is injured. That player is injured. No. Today is must-win. I don't care. I don't care who gets subbed off. I don't care who gets injured. I don't care who pulls out of the warm-up. Today is must-win, regardless of the starting 11. And I feel like, you know what it is? When you put that pressure on some of these players, like, I've always questioned the mentality of this team. I've always said, mentally, they look very, very, very fragile, okay? This is a must-win game. You have to win today. No excuses. And I think you could see from the beginning, that pressure on their shoulders. Like, everybody was playing a little bit passive. The passing in the first half was shocking. It was without a doubt one of the worst things I've seen. Every pass underhit. Funny enough, it's not even as if the passes were overhit. No. They were all underhit. They kept getting intercepted. They don't reach their man. And I was just looking at it and thinking, guys, this is Pafos. Guys, this is Pafos. Guys, this is Pafos. Like, come on. When you look at the first goal, like I feel like Juve in the second half were far better than they were in the first half. There was a period in the second half where Pafos were on top, but after that, it was just all Juve. They were struggling to break them down, but it just, you know what it is? Mckennie's goal was a moment of magic. Now, you know what it is? Before I talk about the goals, I'm just going to give who my man of the match was. I think somebody had a very, very, very good game. And I think it's his best game in a very, very, very long time. And I liked it. Like he was progressive. He was energetic. He took the game to the opposition. He tried to make it work. Like, he tried to find solutions. He tried to unlock the toughest of locks. And I'm gonna be real. You know who that player was? Cambiasso. It's crazy because I made a video earlier and I think I spent a whole 2 minutes criticizing him. Cambiasso, that was a good performance. That give me more of that. You see, give me more of that. That was a good Cambiasso performance. That was good. Progressive. Energetic. Took the game to the opposition. tried to break them down, tried to give and go. Don't get me wrong, at times he gave the ball back to Pafos. But let's be real, every single player on the field gave the ball back to Pafos at times. But he's the only person, in my opinion, that played with some bravery. Of course, you see when I say the only person, we always have to include Kenan Yildiz, but I don't even mention his name anymore because he's just a minimum of a 7 out of 10. He's literally the face of this team. Kenan, for me, had a very good game. But I'm saying, Cambiasso, he took the game to them. He wasn't passive. No, he took it to them. He tried to make it work. At times, he went on the overlap. At times, he went on the underlap. He was putting crosses into the box. He was giving and going. I think that was a very, very, very good Cambiasso performance. And you know what it is? The icing on the cake. Like, you know, when I saw the Mckennie goal, I was like, and then like they showed the replay, I was like I never really caught who made the pass. And I was like, I hope it was Cambiasso. I hope Cambiasso got that assist, yeah, because if he didn't get that assist, I don't think people would have praised his performance. Because let's be real, the way football works is once you get any form of goal or once you get any form of output, whether it's a goal or an assist, that's when people will sit down and praise you. Even outside of that assist, I was watching that game and I was like, he's my man of the match. He is my man of the match. Maybe it's because like Cambiasso set the bar so low that now him putting up like a 6, 7 out of 10 is amazing. But listen, guys, we have to get with the times. You have to roll with the punches, as Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali say. You know what I mean? Just have to get with the times. My point is that was a good performance, and then lovely pass into Mckennie. Mckennie, it was a moment of magic. Like I think it was a ridiculous first touch. I'm gonna be real. Like they always tell you, as an attacking player, when you receive the ball, don't dilly-dally, don't overthink, don't overcomplicate the game. Because when you overcomplicate, you give the defenders an opportunity to intercept. And when you overcomplicate, you end up bottling the opportunity. I think it was a wicked first touch into his path, on the turn, on the half turn, right peg into the top corner. And Juve needed it. Like, you don't understand. Because I'm going to be real, like I was watching the game, and don't get me wrong, first half, the crowd was doing its thing. Like, they were booing them. They were applying pressure. Like, you could see they're unsatisfied, and rightfully so. When Mckennie scored that goal, that time was ticking. So I was like, hey, Mckennie, like, Juve, somebody needs to score. And I feel like he ended up putting the ball into the back of the net. Playing as a right wing back, like he is the bar of soap. He is an American soap. That's what he is. He's an American soap bar. And then, you know what's funny? Today, Juve's right-hand side was soap. Mckennie is soap. Kalulu is soap. They're both bars of soap. Like the way Juve utilized them as bar of soaps. The other day, Mckennie was playing advanced. Now he's playing as a right wing back. I feel like he took his goal really, really, really well. Cambiasso, it was lovely that to pick it up in a congested area, drive into the space, and then rather than doing what everybody does, which is either go for goal or like just clip it into the box, no, he spotted a nice progressive pass. He deserved that assist, and I'm gonna be real, that Cambiasso was my man of the match. Miretti, Hall of Shame. I told you guys somebody had a Hall of Shame. Miretti, I would have taken him off on like the first 25th minute. Like, you guys don't understand. I like Miretti. I'm a big fan of him. I'm a massive advocate of giving Miretti minutes. Imagine, so like, as in, just putting it out there, like I'm not a hater or anybody. Imagine being one of his fans, and I was like, this dude needs to get off. This dude, he couldn't do anything. He couldn't retain the ball. He couldn't pass the ball. He kept giving the ball back to Pafos. Physically, he was getting thrown all over the place. Like, Miretti today, it genuinely felt like the pressure got to him of a must-win game in the Champions League at home, but with a very unhappy, unsatisfied home crowd, if you know what I mean. Like, you could feel the tension in the stadium today, and he went out there and boy, like you could see he crumbled to the pressure. Backing up Cambiasso, like just to highlight to you guys how good of a game he had. When Locatelli went off on like the 60th minute, Cambiasso actually started to like play more into midfield, like alongside somebody like Miretti. And that's why I have to credit him, because when he was playing as a wing back, he was doing well. Then he stepped into midfield, he was doing well. Then when Cabal came onto the field, he continued to play in midfield. Cambiasso has a very, very, very good performance. He needs to kick on. Miretti, Hall of Shame. Shall we look at the last goal? It was great. I'll be real, Conceicao, not a fan, but he done well, man. He came off the bench. I feel like Conceicao and Zagrova had like similar games where you could see there were bright sparks. They were good at beating their man. Conceicao came on, central position, regains possession, carries. Where Conceicao done well today, and like it's crazy because like 20 minutes later, he done the wrong thing. My point is, where Conceicao done really, really, really well today is when he regained the ball and he carried it forwards. On another day, Conceicao carries the ball another 10, 15, 20 yards. that's when it closes down the possible passing angle to either a Kenan or a Jonathan David. So basically, if let's just say he delayed that pass by about 3, 4, 5 seconds, David would have now been occupied. So Yildiz would never even have the option to even pass it to him, yeah? The fact that he regained the ball, carried it for about 1, 2 seconds, and then fed Yildiz straight away. And all Yildiz done first time into Jonathan David is because Conceicao moved the ball very quick. And you see, when I say to you guys always, like, his decision-making is piss poor. I'll be real. Today, his decision-making was very, very, very good. Because the moment he got the ball, I was like, I know what this guy is about to do. He's about to just carry, and he's not going to see the pass to his left or to his right. The fact that he carried, balanced himself, and then straight away fed it into Yildiz, and then Yildiz just put it on a plate for David. David, really happy for him. The fact that he put the ball into the back of the net. You look at Spalletti giving him a massive hug. Like, I think David needs this, the team needs this, and I think Spalletti needs it. Because Spalletti's looking at the team and thinking, against Napoli, I put both of my strikers on the bench because clearly I'm not convinced by either one of you guys. The fact that you're now, like the fact that you've now scored, it's like it's edging me towards you, and like it's edging me in your direction, as in, okay, maybe let me trust this guy. You know what? He had an opportunity, he put the ball into the back of the net. Let me put my eggs in this guy's basket, because I think last week he looked at both of them and he was like, I'm not putting my eggs in either one of you two's basket. So, and I think like Spalletti is a footballing man, like he's a football manager, like he understands confidence is so important, and he also understands that what breeds a striker's confidence is goals. I don't think David had the best of games. Like, I don't think he was involved in the slightest in the first half. But I think in the second half, the fact that he got himself, he got himself an opportunity in the first half and he completely missed it. For somebody that's like, confidence has been drained. Like, confidence has been drained. For him to miss an opportunity, his confidence is getting more and more drained. And I think that's why Spalletti was over the moon when he scored, because it's like, you can score, bro. Like, you are a goal scorer. We signed you to be the goal scorer. Fair enough, you're missing sitters, but you've just now proven to yourself and reminded yourself that you are a goal scorer, because when you were fed, you put the ball into the back of the net in a far harder situation than the 2-yard tapping that he missed. That's why Spalletti is happy. I'll be real, I'm happy for David. He just needs to kick on. I'll be real. Like, he needs to kick on. He needs to use that goal as like petrol, diesel. He needs to use it to like kick on. Cambiasso really needs to kick on. I'll be real, because when Cambiasso like performs like the way he performed today, it helps the team so much. Because I'll be real, guys, like I was watching the game today and I was like, you know what? I think if Yildiz doesn't step up today, Cambiasso looks up for it. Like, Cambiasso can give us something. And he did. He genuinely did. He picked up the ball, he carried it, and he made a great pass into Mckennie. This is what Cambiasso can actually do on a week in, week out basis. Now, imagine if he's doing this on a week in, week out basis, and then you've got Yildiz also performing on a week in, week out basis. You've now got yourself 2 players that bring something different to the team, but 2 players that start week in, week out. As of late, it's just been Yildiz. And when Yildiz has a poor game, when Yildiz gets substituted, there's nobody else to step up. So Cambiasso is a very good game. He needs to kick on. David, he needs to use that goal for some confidence. Listen, 3 points is 3 points. It's just now reached the stage in the Champions League where, like, 3 points is 3 points. You know what I mean? Like, 3 points is 3 points. You just need to find a way to avoid getting knocked out and getting into the playoffs. And I feel like that's exactly what Juve have done. Let's just see what the future holds. Like and subscribe, hermano. Catch you in another one.